Iowa's eligibility and evaluation standards provide a framework for teams to make three foundational decisions. They include determining whether a learner is suspected of having a disability, whether the learner is eligible for special education services, that is, when a learner is evaluated comprehensively, does he or she have a disability and a need for special education? And three, if eligible, the IEP services and supports an eligible learner needs to access instruction and benefit from it. These eligibility and evaluation decisions are dependent on the degree to which they occur within this framework for effective decision making. That is, the core concepts of each standard must be understood and implemented in practice. In Iowa, AEA special education professionals are tasked with understanding and applying these concepts so they can make sound decisions, so that the state can have consistent practices, and so that the needs of learners can be met through either effective IEP services or through general education programming. As you can see, there are 7 key standards that make up the core of these 3 decisions. Additionally, these eligibility decisions rely on key requisites, or ingredients that are necessary to make valid decisions. Let's talk about what requisites are for a moment. They shouldn't be confused with prerequisites. Requisites are things that are necessary for a particular outcome. So in relationship to eligibility, being knowledgeable about the eligibility standards is a requisite for making valid decisions. A prerequisite, on the other hand, is required as a prior condition for something to exist. Usually we think about prerequisites as things that have to be completed or attained. So, for example, being licensed is a prerequisite for working as an SLP. But it doesn't necessarily assure that if you're an SLP that you have the requisite knowledge to make valid eligibility decisions. As you can see, in relationship to eligibility, there are some key requisites. That is, without these components, we can't make valid decisions about eligibility. Through this professional learning, we'll be exploring each of these 10 standards in more detail. This framework will be used throughout the lessons as a reference to conceptualize the key ingredients of effective eligibility decisions.